Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Good morning to everyone in the room and those watching on Charm TV. The November 20th, 2025 proceedings of the Board of Liquor License Commissioners for Baltimore City will now begin. Please take this opportunity to turn off or mute all electronic devices. The board is now in session. Mr. Chair, we have a few preliminary matters. The following cases have been postponed and will be heard at a later date. Those are case number 4, Walter F. Burgess, Brooklyn Boosters Club, Inc., trading as Brooklyn Boosters Club, 644 through 46 East Patapsco Avenue. Case number 7, William Ferguson and Virginia B. Ferguson, JVW, Inc., trading as Al Ho Club, 2105 through 07 Frederick Avenue. Case number 12, Raquel Almeda Cruz Stratton, The Birdhouse LLC, trading as The Birdhouse Bar, 508 Washington Boulevard. And violation case 17, Bijou Penland and Blanca Pesquera, New Ecstasy Bar and Restaurant LLC, trading as My Cousin's Place, 3925 through 27 East Lombard Street. And finally, violation case 19, Terrence Dixon New Terra Cafe LLC, trading as New Terra Cafe, 101 East 25th Street. There's a lot of people here. Hopefully you had checked the docket on your way in to make sure your case is being heard today. And for those who are going to testify and for the attorneys, when you come up to the lectern, make sure that the microphone is on. There should be a little green light, and make sure you get close enough so that folks who are watching on Charm TV can hear you. All right, we will begin. Karen Oakley and Narayan Bahadur, Thapa Neha, Inc., trading as Lumbini Restaurant, 322 North Charles Street. Class B beer, wine, and liquor license request for a hardship extension under the provisions of Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Articles, Section 12-2202. Please come forward.
Mr. Kudinski, how are you?
Better than I was yesterday. For the record, Melvin Jenkins, representing the licensee. Okay, this is a request for a hardship because of, there was a sale pending the buyers here. They didn't complete it in time, and they had to renew it and get a new city resident. And then I think within the next 2 or 3 months, they'll be able to complete the transfer. It's right there on Charles, actually it's next to my office on Charles Street. And I can tell when they're open by the smells that come through the wall, which are mostly pleasant. That's it.
All right. Questions, Commissioners?
No questions.
No questions at this time.
Based on your letter dated October 23rd, 2025, and your proffer made today, I vote to approve this 180-day hardship extension of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
I concur with the chair based on the written request received on October 23rd and your information you provided. I grant the 180-day request as well.
I also
The beer, wine, and liquor license.
concur. I approve the written request received on October the 23rd, 2025, and your proffer here today. I vote to approve the 180 hardship extension for this Class B wine and liquor license.
Ms. Russell?
Elizabeth, for the record.
Thank you. Good luck with you.
Thank you.
Patricia Ann Walker, Delia Whitaker, and Grover Williams, Monumental Elks Lodge, number 3, IBPOEOFW, trading as Monumental Lodge, number 3, 1528 Madison Avenue, Class C, beer, wine, and liquor license, request for a hardship extension under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Articles, Section 12-2202. Please come forward.
Is this Ms. Walker?
No, I'm Ms. Whitaker.
Ms. Whitaker? Okay. Can you raise your right hand?
Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes,
Okay. Ms. Whitaker, you submitted a letter on October 28th, 2025. Well, it looks like Ms. Walker sent the letter in. Are you aware of that letter?
yes, I am.
Can you tell us what's going on?
We're trying to establish an account with the state for our outstanding debt so that we can reestablish our business back open. So that's why we asking for a hardship extension, trying to get that matter settled.
Okay. All right. You need 180 days to do that?
Yes.
All right. Any questions from the commissioners?
No questions.
No questions.
Based on the letter that was submitted on October 28, 2025, and your testimony given today, I vote to approve this request for an 180-day hardship extension of this Class C beer, wine, and liquor license.
Based on the written request received on October the 28th and your information you provided for us today, I grant to vote for approval of the 180-day extension of your Class CB beer and liquor license.
I also approve the 180-day hardship extension for your Class C beer, wine, and liquor license based on your proffer here today.
Ms. Russell.
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Okay,
Best
thank you.
wishes. Thank you.
Howard Bar Shop, contract purchaser, 718 through 22 South Broadway. Class B beer, wine, and liquor license, request for a hardship extension under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2202. Please come forward.
For the record, Melvin J. Kadansky, again representing Mr. Barshoff. He's down in Florida. One time he owned that whole block. It was the old Green Turtle license that was down there. Since it closed up, he became a contract purchaser, and he's out there trying to get a purchaser for that license in the Fells Point area. And so everything's paid up. You need another 108 days to complete that, hopefully.
Questions, Commissioners?
No questions.
No questions.
Based on your proffer made today and your letter that you have dated October 23rd, 2025, I vote to approve your request for a 180-day hardship extension of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
I concur. Based on the written request on October the 23rd and your information you provided today, I vote to approve the 180-day hardship extension with Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
I will also approve. I vote to approve the 180-day hardship extension for this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license based on your proffer here today.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mustafa Jackson and Roberto Silva, 414 LLC, trading as Downtown Lounge, 414 through 16 East Baltimore Street. Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, and Class AE adult entertainment license. Request for a hardship extension under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2202. Please come forward.
Mr. Fogelman, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Stephen W. Fogle on behalf of 414 LLC. October 6, 2025, I wrote you all a letter asking for an extension on the company's behalf under 1222 of the code. The license lapsed on April 30th at the end of the licensing year. There was, and there may still be some ownership disputes, and I think there may have been a tax hold. Nevertheless, we wanted to file this so that there was no 180-day lapse in service with respect to the licenses. So, given that it was timely request, we'd ask you to grant that. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no questions. Any questions?
No questions.
No questions at this time.
Fogelman. Based on your October 6th letter and the proffer you made today, I vote to approve this 180-day hardship extension of its Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. And was it Class A adult entertainment license?
I concur with the chairman. I vote to approve the 100-day hardship extension for this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license and adult entertainment license as well.
I also vote to approve the 180-day hardship extension for this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, as well as the adult entertainment license.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you. Good luck
Thank
to
you.
All right.
Iodella, Adekolo, and Madupola T. Abayanju, Tikus, Inc., trading as Smith's Place, 2006 Harford Road. Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. Request for a hardship extension under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2202. Please come forward.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Who's going to be speaking today? You?
I'll speak.
Okay, what's your name?
Adekoya Abayanju.
Okay, can you raise your right hand?
Sir, do you swear or affirm of the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I see that a letter was sent in on October 27th, 2025. Can you tell us what's going on with this?
Yeah, we have an issue with the controller, and trying to resolve it. But that's the reason why we're being shut down. And we sent a letter in for the hardship. Maybe we get that on until we resolve our problem with the controller.
Okay. So you need additional time so you can get that handled.
Yes, sir.
All right. You have any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
Okay. Based on the letter that was sent it's dated October 27, 2025, and your testimony that you gave us today, I vote to approve this request for a 180-day hardship extension of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
I concur with your proffer that you submitted today, and I vote to approve the 180-day hardship extension for the Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Thank you.
I will also vote to approve the 180-day hardship extension for this Class BD 7 beer, wine, and liquor license based on your proffer today.
Thank you.
Ms. Russell,
Was it was for the record?
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Excuse me, Kang Soo Kim, Carlo Pinto, and Z Mi Young, 3 Dodo Inc., trading as Naked Grill Sushi and Yakitori, 2748 Lighthouse Point East. Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license, request for a hardship extension under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2202.
Good morning. What's your name?
Yes, I'm Ken Kim.
Yankin. Raise your right hand, please.
Sir, do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do see a letter that we received from you. Go ahead, tell us what's going on.
I was just, we're finished up taking care of all the stuff, unemployment and all the stuff. So now I'm at the point where I just need a revising the article. That way we can, got everything done. Once the revised article it's already been sent in, so once that's done, we'll be in good standing and I can get on. I just need a few more weeks to get that done.
That's perfect. Okay. Any questions?
No questions.
Any questions?
No questions?
And this is a 180-day hardship extension request. Okay. Based on your letter that, I don't see a date on, but we received it on October 28th, 2025, and your testimony that you gave today, I vote to approve the request for a 180-day hardship extension of his Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
I also vote to approve the 180 days hardship extension for this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license, and also with your profits today.
I will vote to approve your 180-day hardship extension for this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Is based on your testimony and your written request on October the 28th, 2025.
Thank you.
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Marcia Hargrove, Water for Chocolate Catering, LLC, trading as Water for Chocolate, 1841 East Lombard Street. Class D, beer and light wine license, request to reopen under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2203, wherein a licensed premises has been closed for at least 3 consecutive months. Please come forward.
Yeah, good morning. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of Marcia Hargrove. Ms. Hargrove is currently in New York City being treated for a serious health problem, so she's not able to be here today. If I may proceed?
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
You have permission to proceed.
Yes, thank you very much. Ms. Hargrove and the board staff is aware that there was a tax hold associated with the license with the State Department of Assessments and Taxation going all the way back to renewal. And she wasn't able to fix that problem and lift that state sales tax hold until late October or mid to late October. And so she made a timely filing, a request for the appropriate relief with respect to the license. Because the license is, because that was more than 90 days, we'd ask that they be able to reopen. As you may be aware, it's a small restaurant that's been going, without a liquor license back in the day and then had a liquor license, but it's got a nice following and it's not ever caused any disturbance in the Upper Fells community, so.
Yeah. Any questions?
No questions.
No questions?
Thank you.
All right. Based on your October 28th, or the October, I don't think it was from you, it was a letter that was sent October 28th. In your proffer made today, I vote to approve the request to reopen this Class D beer, wine, Excuse me, this is a Class D beer and light wine license.
I concur with the chairman. Based on the proffer that was submitted today, I also vote to approve the Class D B light wine license.
I also vote to approve the 180-day hardship extension for this Class B beer, light wine, and liquor license, and Ms. Hargrove's letter dated October the 28th, and your proffer as well today.
Thank you.
It's a request to reopen, right?
And of course, reopen.
Thank you, Ms. Russell.
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Perry Alexander and Liang Dong Lee, Lee Dongs LLC, trading as Bay Island Seafood, 1901 through 05 West Pratt Street. Class A beer, wine, and liquor license, request for a hardship extension under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2202, and a request to reopen under the provisions of Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2203, wherein a licensed premises has been closed for at least 3 consecutive months.
For the record, again, Melvin J. Kineski representing the licensee that is here. This place, the Bay Island Seafood, has been there for years and years and years, and basically sells crabs and other seafood to the community in that area. It used to be a real hot spot years ago. They had the Martini Lounge across the street. But in the meantime, that area has gone down. They had some problems with some of the city agencies. They have tried to get everything brought up to snuff, and then at this point here, they filed a renewal and then requesting to be able to reopen. To be quite frank with you, the sale of the alcoholic part is really a minor part of their business there, but they needed to have it as an amenity when they sell, crabs and beer go together all the time.
This is a dual request.
Correct.
Hardship extension, and also when they're ready to reopen.
It'll be within 2 or 3 months at the latest.
Okay. Questions? No questions. Any questions?
The alcohol awareness certificate,
They're all going to be brought up to
They
date.
will be brought up at that time?
That was a problem. They had a bunch of employees that left. Some of the manager was running it. Now he's hiring the new people and getting the place cleaned up with the health department and everything else. So that'll all be submitted before we come down and pick the license up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Based on your October 28th letter and the proffer you made today, I vote to approve this request for a 180-day hardship extension, and also vote to approve your request to reopen this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
I also vote to approve the 100-day hardship extension and the request to reopen for the Class A beer, wine, and liquor license as well.
I will also vote to approve your 180-day hardship extension and the request to reopen for this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Ms. Russell,
No exhibits for the record.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Geraldine McLaren, L&L Independent Living LLC, trading as New Club Thunderbird, 2201 East Chase Street, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
How are you proceeding today?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Peter Priebus on behalf of the applicant, Ms. Geraldine McLaren. And with us today is also Ms. Rodney Williams, who is the owner of the premises.
Who's also with you?
Rodney Williams, Rodnaya Williams. Correct?
Williams?
Yes.
I believe we've seen.
Okay, so according to the most recent printout of the docket, it said there were no letters of opposition. We learned this morning that there are letters of opposition and folks that would want to meet with the applicant, including Delegate Smith. So my client wants to voice her, not opposition, but concern, displeasure with postponing this matter today because she has been closed. On the other hand, we understand that and we want to reach out to the community and get a two-way conversation going. So, am I authorized to say we're not opposed to this matter being postponed for the purpose of reaching out to the community?
Yeah, I think last time we were here, we said that the client needs to reach out to the community and make sure that everybody's on the same page or attempt to get on the same page. I think this is a good move, especially when there's opposition, especially if you didn't know there was opposition, to see if there's something that can be worked out. You do have the absolute right to go forward today. And
I would like to meet them.
okay,
Yeah.
right.
And the neighbors that frequent the bar love the bar and are definitely in favor of it. And there's other people that have concerns. So we need to get an open line of communication going.
And I believe our office is going to be working, making sure that this is coordinated.
Yes.
Okay, you know how to do that.
Yes.
Thank you, guys,
Thank you very much.
for coming down. All right,
If we can meet outside, I get the contact information.
start that whole process.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Best of wishes.
Perfect.
William Baker Hughes III, Barracuda LLC, trading as Barracuda, 1230 East Fort Avenue, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Violation of Rule 4.181, alterations on October 20th, patrons utilizing an unlicensed outdoor seating area without permission from the board. Violation of Rule 4.182, on October 20th, patrons utilizing an unlicensed outdoor seating area without permission from other city agencies. And violation of Rule 4.16, illegal conduct, outdoor dining area set up in the public right-of-way in violation of Baltimore City Code, Article BC, Section 3201.3.1. Please come forward.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
What's your name?
William Hughes.
William Hughes. Can you raise your right hand, please?
Yes, sir.
And anyone that's going to testify, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Absolutely.
I do. Yes.
Okay. Is this going to be an admission or is this going to be a contested hearing today?
Pardon me?
Is this going to be an admission to the violations or is this going to be a contested hearing today?
Well, it happened for sure.
Okay.
With the explanation.
Yeah.
I had the outdoor area set up. I had the zoning for it. We had a fire. The letter I had burned up. I didn't know when it expired, so I kept using it, thinking I would get something saying, "Hey, you have to renew," and that was my fault. The front of the area, of course, it was negligence. So we are working with the people to get the front squared away, and also with zoning for our side area that we've been using. I started in 2011. Well, the place has been up since 2009, but I started with zoning and got things squared away where I would have the temporary use for a long term, and that's what we're going back to do. And I am in contact and working with that now. Zach Blanchard and some other people are helping me do that. And, I just want to say it, I apologize for it happening. Just I didn't have a clue that I wasn't able to do it. So I'm sorry. That's.
I understand. And you're not utilizing the space now?
No, since then I've ceased and desist, and it's my neighbor's space, the side of my building, which I lease. I have a lease agreement with them for that, and I went through zoning, and again, I just wasn't aware of when the end date was, and unfortunately, when we had a fire in July of 21, the whole thing burned down. So I didn't have that paperwork to go back on, and when I opened up, I went through all the forms, and I had the fire department, everybody, it was all signed off on. So we've been using it since that. So I just figured we were okay. Just my mistake.
Okay. Have you been back to this space after this incident?
I have not.
You haven't?
No.
Okay. So, but to your knowledge, the space hasn't been used?
We haven't received any further complaints, so my assumption is that they ceased the outdoor table service.
And they were cooperative?
Yes, all times.
Yes, always?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
Was that on a Sunday?
It was, the complaint was on a Monday.
The fire, the fire.
The fire was at 4th of July, 2000, it was I think it was a Saturday, 4th of July, 12:30 in the afternoon, 2021.
Only reason why I know
And we
is
just came out of, we just came out of COVID, just opened back up, and then that happened. So I was closed for a month and a half.
I was riding my bike past there when the fire happened. That's why I wanted.
Yeah. Many people told me they saw it.
You have any questions?
No, that's his testimony.
Okay. All right, I'm ready to move forward with the ruling. Based on the charging documents, the mission that you gave today and the testimony that you gave today, I do find a violation of Rule 4.181 alterations. I find a violation of Rule 4.182 alterations and a violation of Rule 4.16 illegal conduct. It sounds like you are working with the right people, you're working with the city, you're working with the liquor board.
Yes, yes.
One violation deals with the city, one deals with the liquor board, and it sounds like you're also working with the politicians to try to get this
Yes,
right.
Eric Guttenreiter and Worley, and I have a list of names I'm talking to for the zoning and the permit for the front. And again, I'll just ask for some leniency here. I truly didn't know.
We understand that, and for those reasons, I would issue a fine of $150 for each one of those and 30 days of pay, a nominal fine.
Understandable.
Okay.
Concur with the chair on violations of 4.18 alterations, violation Rule 4.18 number 2, and violation of Rule 4.16 illegal conduct, each one 150.
I also find you in violation of Rule 4.181, alterations on October the 20th, violation of Rule 4.182, alterations on October the 20th, and impose a fine of $150, and as well as violation of Rule 4.16, illegal conduct on October 20th, and fine and impose a fine of $150 each.
Ms. Russell.
Medical exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Agent Perez. 2, 3 photos.
Hughes, good luck to you with maneuvering through all of this.
I'm so sorry.
Good luck maneuvering through all of
Thank you
this.
so much. And
Right.
do I get paperwork for the fines or?
In the back.
Yes.
In the back?
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Donald Savoy, Don West Management Services, LLC, training as Indulge Nightclub, 403 through 05 East Baltimore Street. Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, and Class AE adult entertainment license. Violation of Rule 3.031, records, on September 10, 2025, failing to provide alcoholic beverage invoices. Violation of Rule 3.033, records, on September 10th, 2025, failing to provide employee records. And violation of Rule 4.152, sexual practices and obscenity, on September 10, 2025, admitting that they engage in adult entertainment without a valid adult entertainment license. Please come forward.
Mr. Savoy?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Anybody has a, go ahead.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
Okay. Is this going to be admission today?
Well, it is an admission. I wasn't present. I don't know if many of you know, had an incident that occurred last year. I got an injury that I'm still dealing with. My business partner hired a couple of managers to pretty much oversee everything. We did have the employee records, but they were in a safe, and I don't think anybody knew how to get into there. So I picked those up today.
Okay.
I actually just found out about this about 3 days ago. So, I'm kind of blindsided by it. But the issue with the adult entertainment, we sent the payment in for it, and I think the check bounced. We didn't know until one of the liquor board officers came down, and they told us they were going to give us a cease and desist. And when I found out about it, I came down here, paid it, the same day. So we got that straight. But that was in September. I think July 1st would have been like the first day that it would have been pretty much like not operable.
or whatever, but I haven't gotten any word from anybody until one of the officers came down and said, like, you guys are operating without license. So I took care of it, but yeah, I mean, I just saw the photos. So I see it's definitely going on, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So you said you do have the employee records,
Yes, I have them right here. Everybody
and the person that was working there just didn't have access.
didn't have access to the safe code.
We know now to make sure they have access.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be fine. And you said you took care of the adult entertainment the same day you came down.
Same day that we were notified about it.
All right. So everything looks like you're all good right now with everything,
Yes.
right? All right. Have you been back to the location or?
I've been in touch with the inspector in the area, and they are up to date on everything as of now. Inspector
Second.
Jordan.
Please, identify yourself. Say it again.
Good morning, Inspector Jordan.
Yes. And you said you've been in contact with an inspector that deals with.
Yes. And they are up to date on everything now.
Okay. All right. Any questions, commissioners?
No questions.
I do. What procedures do you have in place right now so we won't have this issue again?
So I've actually had a surgery done recently that allows me to use my leg like almost fully. So now I'm coming down and I'm checking.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the procedures, your
So
business
I'm coming
procedures.
down and I'm checking on everything
Okay.
myself now. Yeah, because I never had this issue before. The whole time I've been there, I had it since 2018. It's the first time we had something like this happen. But now that I'm fully mobile, I'm checking on it myself.
You have the same managers, or are you?
No.
Okay, so
Mr.
are they getting
Reeder,
some
I believe,
training?
Was somebody that was there. He's no longer managing for us. I have a new manager, somebody that has about 32 years experience in bars. He's real good.
And adult entertainment as well?
Yes.
Okay.
No question? All right. Based on your admission to the violations, the testimony that you gave today, the charging documents, and any other testimony that we received, and evidence that's in the record, I do find a violation of Rule 3.031 records. I find a violation of Rule 3.033 records, and I find a violation of Rule 4.152 sexual practices and obscenity. Since these issues were rectified really fast, you tried to correct it, and the lack of history, I'm going to give $100 fine for each one of those and give you 30 days of pay. Okay.
Thank you.
I concur with the chair on violation Rule 3031, violation Rule 3033, and violation of Rule 4.152, an amount of a fine of $100 each.
I do find you're in violation of Rule 3.03, records, violation of Rule 3.03, records, and violation of Rule 4.15, sexual practices and obscenity, imposing a fine of $100 for each violation,
Just make sure.
and to be paid in 30 days.
Ms. Russell?
Medical exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Inspector Jordan.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Marvin Warfield Fielders LLC, trading as Fielders Tavern, 1184 through 86 Nanticoke Street, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. Violation of Rule 4.071, open containers and legal possession and consumption of alcoholic beverages on September 21, 2025. Patrons exiting establishment with beer bottles and consuming them on the sidewalk and street. Violation of Rule 3.031, records on October 27, 2025. Failure to provide recent alcoholic beverage invoices. Violation of Rule 3.011, ownership and operation on October 27, 2025. Failure to disclose financial interest of Dante Summers. Please come forward.
Good morning. Are both of you going to testify or just one?
Just one.
Just one. Who's going to testify? Well, both raise your right hand. Raise your right hand just in case.
Swear
Okay.
or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I see the violations here. Is this going to be an admission to the violations, or are you challenging the violations? I want to hear.
I'm just, I guess, admit to this part right here, because it's right there. I guess the guys coming out from the store they were actually leaving, and that's not even a to-go baggage. So yeah, I gotta admit to that one.
Okay.
But as far as the records, we tried to fax the guys the records so you can. I'll admit the half, but other half that's it.
Okay, so you're going to admit to the violation of, hold on, let's go through these. You have 3 violations right here. Violation of Rule 4.01, 4.071, open container and illegal possession, consumption of alcoholic beverages. That one, you're going to admit to that one?
Yeah, I'll admit to that.
Okay. There's another violation of Rule 3.031, records, keeping accurate records of all purchases of alcoholic beverages for a year after each purchase.
We have our records. But she couldn't see them when we faxed them to her. I think we tried to text them to her or take the pictures and text them. She couldn't see them, so we have them. We have our records. If the people couldn't give them to her when she wanted it, so I had to call her back later and give them. But I have them if they need them.
And the records shall be kept on the licensed premises and be made available?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the one you're going to challenge?
Yes, we have.
And then there's another one, violation of Rule 3.011, ownership and operation.
Well, I'm just the manager. This is Marvin right here.
Yes.
So I am Dante Summers.
Okay, so are you guys making an admission on that one, or are you challenging that one also?
I'm managing. He's the
Yeah,
he's
he's
the
just the
I don't have
manager.
no
Okay.
funds in it.
All right, go ahead.
Inspector Brown, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On October the 27th, I was dispatched to this location for a 311 complaint, men's restroom, and failure to obtain alcohol from a distributor. I conducted a routine inspection of the premises. The urinal was observed to be inoperable. However, the restroom was functional and accessible to patrons. I requested a review of the alcohol invoices. A male employee contacted the person he claimed to be known as the licensee Dante Summers via cell phone. Mr. Summers advised that he would provide an invoice upon his arrival. I informed him that at least 1 year's worth of alcohol invoices must be maintained on premises at all times and available upon request. The employee subsequently attempted to provide invoices dated April 2024. I advised Mr. Summers, who was still on the phone, that a violation would be issued for failure to maintain invoices. Additionally, Agent Chase instructed Mr. Summers on April the 2nd and September the 26th, 2025 to provide invoices, and he has not complied. Also on October the 28th, Mr. Summers contacted me via cell phone to advise that he had invoices dated 10/28/25, which was the day after I came. I also asked Mr. Summers to confirm whether he was the licensee, and he confirmed that he was. But from the liquor board license records, Mr. Summers is not the licensee.
Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for her?
No.
Okay. All right. Who would like to speak first? It's your case. You can say whatever you want to say.
It's, I have the invoices that she wanted as far as everything else. Like I said,
Have you submitted those invoices to our office?
I can do it. I can do it today.
But you haven't done it yet?
Yeah, I can do it. I'm trying to bring it to now because I was down at the other building earlier, so I didn't want to be late, so I still got here on time. So I can support anything you need.
So, but you're stating that you didn't have the records on the licensed premises.
I had to try to get there because I got them all over the place in there because we be doing so much in the building.
Okay.
So it's like all over the place, but they are in the building, and I can give them to her now if you need them.
But on that date, on October 27th, 2025, they weren't available for inspection to me.
I wasn't there.
Okay. All right. And do you have a financial interest, Mr. Summers, in the business at all?
Just help run it. I've been running business forever.
And as far as
Just identify yourself before you talk.
Oh, sorry. My name is Marvin Warfield, licensee. And as far as to that, he's a great manager, and I'm just coming off of knee replacement, and I trust and handle him with everything. But at the moment, we wasn't able to get towards certain things. But managing, he's been taking care of that for me and running that for me. So I trust him with that, and it's just been miscommunication between the both of us because I've been down, but he's been really handling it though.
So Mr. Summers has been handling things, but he's not a business partner or has a financial.
No, he comes to me for things, but the stuff that I can't get to because I'm just barely getting on my feet. So I'll let him manage it and do things.
I
Like,
understand
that's
that.
his job.
I just want to make sure I'm clear. He does not have a financial interest
No.
in the business,
No.
in any entity, okay?
No.
All right. And at the time, when you asked him, he said that he was the owner or part owner in the business?
Say he was the licensee.
That he was a licensee?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Well, when she was asking for the information, I was the one that could give it to her. So
Yeah.
I was like, she said, well, who? I was like, well, I have everything she needs.
And to this date, you haven't seen the records that you requested when you were there?
I haven't.
I'll give them to her now.
Okay. All right, questions from the commissioners?
I just would hope going forward, it seems like you guys are good business persons, that you would have your records established. They're supposed to be there.
Yeah, they're
That could be one less fine that you will receive, but hopefully going forward, you guys will correct that.
Yes.
My only concern is that there needs to be some protocols in place. And so, are you doing any employee training?
Right now I'm doing a lot of employee training and stuff like that, and it's been going pretty good now. And there's some stuff that
The rough part is trying to maintain the people to keep themselves still.
Yeah.
Especially during game time. Like, we're 2 blocks away from the stadium. So what we're doing, we're trying to keep everybody. This is one of the game days. This here is one of the game days that you have a lot of traffic. You have people coming and going. It's hard to try to keep them to, don't take this outside, don't take that outside, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. It's really hard. You know what I mean? It's a trash can by the door. So they bypass everything and they still do it. Like, you see, they even got trays. They even got trays in their hands when they leaving out, but they still.
You might want to have somebody at the door.
That's hard. Listen, that's hard. And then you got a whole issue, but I understand that too.
That's your responsibility.
Yeah.
If you're running it,
Yeah.
it's your establishment. You have to do that. 'Cause
Yeah. It's just tough, but yeah, I understand that.
May I suggest, that our staff here has information sessions about the use of your, the license? And so I would really suggest that you take participation in those. We have an upcoming session in December. I believe it's December the 16th. But I would really, reach out to the staff here to help you be more accountable for the business.
Yeah, because we see, I mean, you have a few.
You have a few violations.
Yeah. It's not too bad of a record, but we don't want to keep coming back and racking these things up. All right. Any questions?
No further questions.
No further questions.
Deputy Executive Secretary, I know you looked at the record and the ownership on the application. It shows the one person.
And they have sworn here, they both were sworn in, that he does not have a financial interest. So unless we find any evidence to the contrary, then that would be fine, but then they would have perjured themselves. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. All right. Based on the statements that were made today, the charging documents, the evidence that was entered in today, I find a violation of Rule 4.071, open containers and illegal possession and consumption of alcoholic beverages. That was done by admission. I also find a violation of Rule 3.031, records. Clearly, testimony confirms that the items weren't there on the premises at the time. I do not find a violation of Rule 3.011, ownership and operation. You both testified that Mr. Summers does not have a financial interest in the business. From now on, do not say you're an owner or a licensee or anything like that if that's not correct, because that's what got you guys here. So I don't find a violation of that last rule. I do issue a $250 fine for both of the first two violations, $250 fine each, and you have 30 days to pay, okay?
I concur with the chair on violation Rule 4.071, violation Rule 3.031, $250 fine each, 30 days of pay, and that's my rulings. Thank you.
I also find you in violation of Rule 4.071, open containers and illegal possession and consumption of alcoholic beverages on September the 21st, violation of Rule 3.031, records on October the 27th, 2025, imposing a fine of $250 each, as I do not find you in violation of Rule 3.011, ownership and operation.
Now, guys, that was a light fine, you know that.
Yeah.
And you have a slight history, and just letting you know now, if you guys come back again, you know, it may not be that light.
I have one question.
You understand that?
Yes, I have one question. I want this. Can I have this picture? I need to show these. I know these people.
Okay, you can talk to our staff when you walk out.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
I just want you to understand that. This was like
Information on the
in the back.
They will give that to you.
Thank you, guys. Ms. Russell.
Exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Agent Tudhope. 2, photos. And 3, violation report, Inspector Brown.
All right.
Latasha, Burgess, L. Burgess LLC, trading as Rosie's Sports Bar, 482 South Bentelow Street. Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license, violation of Maryland Code Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Articles, Section 12-2007A, on September 20, engaging in after-hours activity. Please come forward.
This will be an admission. I think this is maybe the second or perhaps alleged third time that this has occurred. This is under the BD7s that had operational hours till 2 a.m. for the longest time for decades. This has been a 2 a.m. location. And I think it's a combination of my clients who are absolutely responsible for the hours and, to be honest, the patrons also adjusting to these changes. It's just been a challenge. We've been working on getting a restaurant application together. My anticipation is we'll file it probably the first or second week in December. It would be sooner, but I'm out of town next week. So part of that's going to be my responsibility to get that done right away. The inspectors have always been fantastic at the location and decent and understanding. I wish we had a bigger excuse in this. What I can tell you is they do have all the records, which is great, and no one's pretending to be a different licensee. And, you know, they only purchase from wholesalers, so they're doing a lot of things right, just a couple things aren't quite there. And they've been trying to work both on their control of the patrons and kind of educating the patrons of this change, while also trying to keep them in the loop that, in theory, at some point soon, it'll be open until later hours.
I mean, I understand that, but they almost don't have to educate the patrons. They can just not be open.
Well, we think sometimes there's people that kind of linger in the area. It's just a challenge. It really is.
What are your clients, what are the conversations that you had with your clients about preventing this from happening again? 'Cause now we're at a mandatory minimum when it comes to fines and, you know.
No, I mean, and I've indicated that the situation is they've got to start wrapping up a half an hour to an hour ahead of time and try getting people at the door 15, 20 minutes before closing, because it can just be really difficult to get people moving at the cutoff, as opposed to if you kind of get them moving a little earlier, it certainly helps in my experience.
Okay. Identify yourself, please.
Agent Tudhope, Baltimore City Liquor Board.
Okay. Have they been cooperative?
I did not go in on this occasion just for the sheer volume of people inside and for our safety. But on previous occasions, we have spoken to them and they have been cooperative, but they do keep operating past. And it didn't, when we were there, the indication wasn't that the party was shutting down. It was like the party was starting up. I have a video that I took at, I believe 10:19 p.m. to show that people were still arriving for the establishment.
You can play the video then.
Most people could be going anywhere, you know. the goal is to get Class B. We've been working on the zoning for this location for, feels like forever, and the new Excel system hasn't been kind. I can't speak to other people. It certainly has been kind to me in terms of getting things shifted over, because we had to get a kitchen, and there's a second floor, which we had to get approved through the zoning.
There's two ways. Is to get a Class B, and since it's in the footprint, you need to.
We need the 75 seats, which is ultimately the issue, and that's why we had to get the second floor.
You can go through the legislature also and get an exemption.
For the 10 o'clock rule?
Yeah. Is that the main issue?
Yeah, the issue is just the 10 o'clock closing. That seems to be the issue. And again, I anticipate that we'll have an application in for a B in the next, again, my goal is to meet with them the Monday or Tuesday, the 1st or 2nd of December. I don't see why we wouldn't have an application in and filed by the 10th.
Okay.
That's our goal. Absolutely.
All right. Any questions?
No question.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't, I'm looking for alcohol awareness. I don't see an alcohol awareness certificate. Do you
We could certainly either.
know the expiration?
27, I think it's July 2027.
We can check through our records and certainly have that updated.
Can you raise your right hand? You did say something.
You swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth?
Ms. Harsha Burgess.
Okay, go ahead and say what you were saying.
No, I'm saying a certificate, we have it on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're otherwise, not that I'm not sure it makes much of a difference, but they're otherwise compliant with all of the rules. And as much as, again, the 10 p.m. rule is a hard cutoff, it's been my experience this is in large part to prevent the sale of packaged goods. And this is a place that operates more or less as a restaurant. I know we're going to switch the license over, and I don't think that changes the validity of the violation. But this isn't a location that's selling huge volumes of packaged goods at 1:30. This is it's a neighborhood spot.
I understand it's a neighborhood spot. People want to go there, and they want it to stay open later.
Correct.
I am.
Doesn't change the law.
Our concern, you know what our concern.
You guys have to follow the law. Absolutely, we understand that.
Follow the law, and this is not the first time. This is the second time, and it does look like it was going strong. The music was playing, and more people were going there. And what normally happens with these situations, you'll be in front of us again on your client, and it's not going to be such a nice result, even though you guys are trying to get everything done the right way. So that's the only reason. I just want to make sure that the clients fully understand what could happen in the future.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm ready to move forward. Based on the proffer made by counsel, the charging documents, testimony that was given, evidence that was entered today, I do find a violation of rule, violation of Maryland Code, alcoholic beverages and cannabis 12-007A, after hours, activity prohibited in licensed premises. With this case, there is a minimum that we can find, and that's $2,000 because it is a second offense, and I will issue a $2,000 fine and 30 days of pay.
We have, my apologies, could we have 90 days to pay? Would that be possible?
90 days?
90 days. Never mind. 30 days is perfect. My apologies.
I just will hope that your clients know that, the fines will keep going up and up. And, we have to, even if we wanted to show some leniency, we can't do that because it's by law. So I concur with the chair. I do find a violation of Maryland Code, alcohol, beverages, and cannabis, 12-2007A on September the 20th, and I pose a fine of $2,000 as well.
I also find you in violation of Maryland Code, alcoholic beverages and cannabis, 12-2007A on September 20th, 2025, and impose a fine of $2,000.
Ms. Russell.
That closes the for the record. Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Agent Tudhope.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioners. May I be excused?
Thank you.
All right, final case for the day. Max Dalton and Justin Haney, Ultra Lounge LLC, trading as Mirage, 401 West Baltimore Street. Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Violation of Rule 3.0881B, sanitation and safety on October 5th, 2025. Lit hookahs and patrons smoking cigarettes inside the establishment in violation of Maryland Code Health General Section 24-504. also known as the Clean Indoor Air Act, and violation of Rule 3.034 records on October 5th, 2025, failure to provide a valid trader's license.
For the record, Melvin J. Kanisker, representing the licensee. This would be an admission with an explanation.
Yes.
Well, and if you remember, we were here on September 25th. They were in the process of trying to get in. Remember what I said? And I said it as loud as I can. I said, no hookah. Well, guess what? They had hookah. For some reason, the question is whether they could do it for their personal or no hookah at all. No hookah. Although personally, I don't think it's wrong with it, but that's the law, and they'll follow it. And regarding the trader's license, they do have a trader's license. The problem is it was issued in the wrong name. There was a management agreement that we talked about last time, and I'll submit to you what the current license says. They're in the process of trying to get it to the Ultra Lounge. It's in the name of 401 West Baltimore Business LLC. And in addition to that, I've had them go and post all over the place signs that say no vaping, no smoking. Copy of the trader's license and the signs that they've posted. Told them they have to be far more vigilant than they have been in the past because the problems that you see here are not to be tolerated. And after that, of course, really getting their signs up and doing it. And as far as the trader's license, we're trying to figure out why it couldn't be issued in the Ultra Lounge, but that's not the accountant's on that.
So with the hookah, it's not a vaping issue. It's not a smoking issue. It's normally
They
a
consider
line of
hookah
business.
smoking, which is a open flame, although hookah, electronic hookah is okay. I don't know what the difference between electronic and the other charcoal hookah is, but we know it's no hookah.
But hookah takes a long time to set up. Hookah is a line of business for most establishments, and your clients are using that as a line of business.
Well, you've seen all these hookah shops that are open. Baltimore County opened a new hookah law. You see all these tobacco and vaping shops. They're all over the place.
I understand.
I don't condone it.
Our concern.
My explanation, that's all I can tell you.
Yeah, because you said it last time. What? What did you say?
No hookah.
Council, we might need to.
One more time, I said, no hookah.
We might need to record you.
And
For
put that-
advertising purposes.
I'll sign off if you want to use it,
Yeah.
We're gonna give you a commission.
No release.
I just want them to comply. That's all. And it seems like they're not complying. Any questions?
No question.
Any questions?
Only about training. I'm big on training. And so I believe that businesses have to also communicate to their employees what they need to tell their patrons.
Well, you know where it is? It's right across from the Hippodrome. It's a fairly big venue, and sometimes there's 300, 400, 500 people in there. And I told them that that's their obligation, and if they have to put a sign up there, if you caught vaping or smoking, or you're going to be asked to leave. I know sometimes it's tough when you get them in there because people, look, I was in the business. I know. And people come in, they hide shorties in their pockets and all that, but they're the licensees. That's their obligation.
Yeah, that's one thing. But hookah, there has to be a section in that establishment where it's probably being stored. They have to bring it in. They have to light it. There's a process, and that process is known by everyone that's working there, and they're making money on that. And so, all right. Based on the testimony that was given today, the charging documents, and let me stop. Anything from you?
Yes. His trader license was sent to me this morning, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get it taken care of, and he said it may be today you have.
Well, it was dated for 10/14/25.
But where was it?
Issued. I don't know. That's the issue date. So when I came, they didn't have it.
It's probably with the hookahs.
And what's up with the cooperation? Have they been cooperative or not? Let me know.
He's cooperative.
He's cooperative?
Yes.
Okay. Anything?
Agent Tuttle, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On the day I served the summons to the establishment, I found that they were smoking inside and they had charcoal hookah. So I issued another violation on that day.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, nothing.
Nothing else? Okay. As I said before, based on the charging documents, based on the testimony that was given today, proper made by counsel, and the evidence that was admitted into the record, I find a violation of Rule 3.081B, sanitation and safety. And I also find a violation of Rule 3.034, records. On the first violation, I issue a $2,500 fine. And on the second violation, I issue a $1,000 fine. I give 30 days to pay.
I concur with the chair on violation of Rule 3081B, sanitation and safety. On October the 5th, 2025, I impose a fine of $2,500. I do find on Rule 3.034, records on October the 5th, 2005, and I impose a fee of $1,000.
I find you are in violation of Rule 3.081B, sanitation and safety, on October the 5th, and impose a fine of $2,500. I also find you in violation of Rule 3.034, records, on October the 5th, 2025, and impose a fine of $1,000 based on the evidence submitted and your testimony given today.
Ms. Westall. Please, no more hookah, please. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
There being no further business before this board, the board is in recess until Thursday, December 4, 2025, at 10:30 a.m. We are adjourned.